Videos on the Hello everybody, it's Tropian Videos on the Jimmy Master Electronics, and what I'm showing today is the Tekky Toys Spirit Halloween 2006 Floating Monsters. Well, I call it roaming because now Spirit calls a lot of these types roaming props, but these were the first of those kind. Like, this was way before the roaming dolls and Mr. Toots, obviously, and all those. And these ones are definitely the coolest. They work the best too. Like, they actually don't, when they bump into stuff, they usually don't get stuck. They actually turn around and back up usually, unless the belt in them is bad. And they don't get hair stuck in their wheels as much. Like, these, I had my original for years, and hair barely ever got stuck in it. Actually, I opened it up once to take hair out, and that was towards the end of its, because my original one's base died, like the motor gave out, like it smelled like smoke or something like that, and it just quit. So then it would just light up and make noise, which I wish I would have kept the base. I don't have the base. I still have the body and the pulls from my original, and this one only came with 2 pulls, and it was not in good shape. The base is kind of cracked. There was a bunch of dirt all over on the inside. It had a split gear which needed to be replaced, and I did that. It's using my tombstone lifter, one of my tombstone lifter poles, because obviously I didn't have all the poles here. And there's one pole that has both sides are like this, and the rest are like that, where one side is this and the other side is that. But anyways, here's the box. It's not in good shape. But Floating Monsters, the life of your party. Reaper. Oh, 50% off. They got it on the 50% off sale. With light up face and eyes. 5-foot tall Reaper floats and spins around your room. I got a remote control version, but that one is really stupid. Like, this one has lights on the hood, and it has blinking eyes. That remote control one, and there's a flying one, and the Rising from the Grave has the lights inside the head, and the face is like kind of white. This is brown. You can see this is a lot creepier looking. And Spirit had an exclusive version. Spirit Halloween in 2006 had an exclusive version of the flying one that looked just like this, where the lights were on the hood and the face was dark like this, not white like the one that I have. It was $50, only $50 for this. Nowadays, this would be almost $200. I mean, Lost Her Way was like $150, wasn't it? And Lost Her Way is basically a remake of this, kind of. I mean, it's made by Crazy Crate, which is technically the same company as Tekky, but it's so much, like, all you do is it has 4 poles, you twist lock into place and twist the body on, connect the wire harness for the lights, and you're good to go. Lost Her Way, you have to, it's Crazy Crate, you have to screw in each pole, and you have to zip tie your arms and shoulder part on. It's annoying, it's dumb. But yeah, there's a ghost one that they sold that same year with a crazy face that lights up, and that one's only 3 feet though. There's a witch, 2 different witches with different faces. There's a version of this that looks like Guardian of the Grave. There's a demon gargoyle, but it's never really been seen. There's apparently a mummy, which I've never seen a real one of that. There's a regular ghost one with that looks like the flying ghost face, which is a life size one, and then there's 2 different zombie ones. There's an older zombie, and then there's a newer zombie they made in 2011 that looks like the Rising from the Grave and Thrashing zombie. Again, these are the coolest ones. These work the best, like I said. The quality is decent. I mean, the only bad part is the wires, and the wire harness on this one is ripped out of the base. And when I show you the videos, I'm basically just going to be showing you the clips when I repaired it and when I tested it in the storage room. Because I already did a test of it. This is just the review part. And the instructions are on the box as well. Tekky Toys, 2006. Again, it was, Spirit Halloween. I wish they would go back to selling ones like this that are, I mean, it was just so cool. And I will probably link, and they shipped it like this. They didn't put it in another box. They just slapped the shipping label on it. Oh yeah, and then it would come with a chime button where when you hold down the button, it just plays the audio. But yeah, see, I got my original one in 2006, and it's funny because one time it was roaming around the kitchen. That's where I always used it. The sleeve went on the stove when it was on, and it did that noise. So it was just fun. It was funny. I believe there's actually a smaller version of this too that has the regular light up face, which also sways side to side, like the head. Watch him dance from side to side. See, remember my remote control one? They just slapped the label on it says now with remote control, but that one was stupid. And watch that review. I'll have links in the description from when I had my old one. Since this one's lights do not light up, the wires ripped out of the base. They're so thin. The wires ripped out of the base right as I was gonna solder them, and the colors didn't even match. Like, see, we got a green, orange, and blue wire, and the wires that were in there were different colors. So I was afraid that I was going to fry them anyways by connecting the wrong, because that happens if you plug the wrong wires into the wrong lights and stuff, or if you connect them backwards. That happened with Rosemary once, I think. Or maybe that's when the wires touch together. Still, it can kill it, though, if you're not careful. And I don't know. I mean, the lights make it look a lot cooler, but oh well. At least it walks. Like I said, the newer ones, the newer dolls, they always get hair stuck in their wheels. And also, this has two heavy weights sandbags inside of the base, but I had to put a new speaker in it because the one in it was bad. It was actually this one. And with the new speaker, I took it from that broken lunging pumpkin car where it doesn't fit with these in there, so I took them out so I could like put them on top, like Lost Her Way, except she doesn't come with a sandbag. Well, she does, but it doesn't come with sand in it. But back then, they used to actually not be cheap and put them inside of the base with sand in them. But actually, I used it in there without the sand, and it worked just fine. So you don't even have to weigh this down. It's actually not top heavy even. It's very lightweighted. Like, it doesn't even weigh 5 pounds. It's like 2 pounds, the head part. It's not heavy at all. So I mean, and it was... The Lost Her Way needed sandbags because when she would get stuck, she would struggle moving away if she didn't, but it never worked, honestly. I put weight on ours and it never worked. This doesn't need weight and it always moves away. It always works. So, and see, here's the flying one. I've done a review on this before, so if you want to check it out, go ahead. My cat peed on this as well, so the fabric needs to be cleaned. But see, look at the face difference. And like I said, there was a Spirit exclusive version of this that has a face like that. And again, the lights are inside the head on this. This one, the lights are on the hood. And that's the same thing with the Spirit version of this. And then my remote control version has this, where the light's inside the head, like the Rising from the Grave. See, it's still... And this one's higher pitched than my original as well. Oops. So yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it. And just again, watch my repair clips, and I showed the thing in action at the end, and I'll put links in the description to my old one. And before my old one fried, I was using it on 2 poles to make it a smaller version, and yeah, it just gave out that day. So yeah. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that he also has a silent mode as well, so he can roam around without the sound, which is very nice, because this guy can be loud. And so if he gets loud, you can actually use this during a Halloween party, and people won't yell at you to turn it off because it's loud. So you can use it walking around during a Halloween party, and that's the part that's really cool about this. This box is in terrible shape. I forgot how heavy this thing is, but Jesus Christ, is this dusty. Also, it's supposed to have 4 poles and only has 2, but I still have the ones from my old one, but unfortunately that's in my storage unit. The only thing I don't have from my old one was the base. I still have the body from my old one too. It needs its light wire soldered too. Ah, the gear is split in it. That's why they took it apart, because they couldn't figure out how to make it work. And the sound doesn't work either on any setting. What the fuck? One of these sandbags must have exploded. So where the hell did all this come from? It had a lot of sand and dirt in it. And it's not from the sandbags either. It's actual... Yeah, the wire's off the speaker. That's why I wasn't making that sound. Look, they didn't give it any extension. It barely reaches. Speaker doesn't sound very good though. I wonder if that one will fit in there. Well, I put lunging pumpkin carvers. That sounds so much better. I put pumpkin carvers in there. And they used the thinnest fucking wire. Look at this. It just tore. The issue is the sandbag gets in the way of the speaker, so I can't put it all the way on. And this bass is cracked already. Very badly. Like, this worries me a lot. They're cheap ass basses. I am one pull short. Oh, look at that. I took the sandbags out because I'm just gonna place them on top. Like Lost Her Way. This pull twists to lock in the place so tight that it almost doesn't even come off. Now here's the thing, there's a pole missing. There's supposed to be a pole that has this on both sides, not that part. Because it connects to the head and then it goes to the body like that. And now this pole is stuck in there and I can't get it off. You know, it's so crappy how Tekky cheaped out on their poles. Like, look, this is a later one from a life-size hovering ghost, and look, the part that goes in there breaks out. Like, they're so cheap that look at the cracks in there. This is the kind of poles they used on the 2010 Lurching Vampire. Oh my god, just looking at this guy and seeing that he's not really that tall, and remembering during my 11th birthday when I had him roaming around down here, like, I was shorter than him. And he was taller than me by a little bit, and like now I just tower over him. Oh, Tekky was sure brilliant to give the wires different colors so I can't tell which ones are which. Fucking kidding me? The wires just ripped out of the fucking base. What the fuck? This is him working without the weights on, which still works perfectly fine. He's just so much better than the dolls and shit. Like, he gets, like, around and... Like, he really gets around in his surroundings. Oops. Like, look, he got out of that. He doesn't even need the weights. And look at how bad Lost Her Way was. She didn't even work with her weights on. It's like when she would bump into stuff, she really didn't turn around very well like this. She just got stuck. Same with the dolls and stuff. When they get stuck, a lot of times they just stay stuck. I mean, he's perfect though. That remote control one is so stupid too, like... That time he might be stuck. No, this is by far the creepiest roaming prop, in my opinion. Oh. Look at it. No, this is by far the creepiest roaming prop, in my opinion. Oh. Look at it.